You ready to get started?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Hi, guys. Good morning. I am Amy Brown. If we haven't had the chance to meet face to face, I am the Fight for Air Climb manager here in Orlando, and I am so excited for all of you to be joining us this morning for us to celebrate the success of this year's Fight for Air Climb and to really just highlight all of the work that we've done together. On the screen, you'll see rotating through some of our corporate sponsors are on right now, as well as our top teams, people who have purchased signs in memory, honor, or tribute of their loved ones, as well as just highlighting some of our teams and individuals who went above and beyond. So please take a look at those. We're so honored to have you all with us, and I'm going to pass it to Janelle.
All right, good morning. So for those that don't know me, I think I know almost all of you, but I am Janelle Hom. I'm the Executive Director for your local American Lung Association. The Fight for Air Climb is such a special event. It's actually how I got my start here at the organization 12 years ago. And it's just so incredible to see how much this event has grown over the years and how we're all a family in this together. The American Lung Association's mission revolves around a world free of lung disease. And every step that we take and every dollar that we raise is helping us to get one step closer to that vision. Our world has really been rocked so much in the last 4 months with COVID-19. This organization started back in 1904 fighting tuberculosis. We've been through so much as an organization and have accomplished so much. We fight 28 different lung diseases, and there's a chance that I think for almost every one of you on the call that you're somehow tied to one of those lung diseases, whether it be lung cancer, COPD, asthma, one of the many other lung diseases that we fight, clean air, tobacco use. But most recently, every single one of us has been touched by COVID-19. And this climb is unlike any other, of course. Times are unlike any other. With COVID-19, the American Lung Association has been so proud to lead the charge in helping to not only find a cure for COVID-19, but to prevent future pandemics like this. And while we're continuing our mission around all the lung diseases that we fight, what makes this a little extra special this year in light of the times is that we have made a commitment to invest $25 million to help find an end to COVID-19 through our COVID-19 Action Initiative. So again, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts and our lungs, more importantly. I know we can't be together today at 390 North Orange and taking on those 25 flights of stairs in the building, but it's so special to all of us on staff here at the Lung Association, from our leadership and our board members. We can't do this without you, and you are taking that extra step to help us to find a cure. So with that, I believe we're going to have a quick video from one of our sponsors, right, Amy?
Before we get into that, we just wanted to highlight our committee members and all of the sponsors who have supported us and made this event possible this year, and then we will go for our quick word from our sponsors. With our committee, I just want to highlight by name Rebecca Addison, Alice Burgos, Heather Earle, Eddie Fisher, Ryan Lamus, Juan Mercado, John Rendell, Greg Rossler, Emily Schoonover, Chelsea Stonerock, Marty Stonerock, and Sally Wolf. These are your leaders. They have made everything with this climb possible. They're volunteers, and we are so grateful for their dedication. They've met with us since August, so this has been a 10-month long process for them, and we are so grateful to have the volunteer leadership that we do surrounding this event. We also want to highlight all of our sponsors: Advent Health, the Duda Foundation, Florida Department of Health in Osceola County, Tobacco-Free Florida, Neuroskeletal Imaging, Pollo Tropical, Orange County Drug-Free Coalition, Row House, Care Plus Health Plans, Wawa, Walmart, One Networking Group, Orlando Medical News, and Fit Life Foods. So these are all of our incredible community partners. We, again, are so grateful for their support and their involvement with the Lung Association and the 2020 Climb. So now I do have to pass my screen to Amanda, and she'll be showing us a video from Advent Health, one of our
My name is June Kim. I'm one of the lung transplant docs at Advent Health. I want to thank the ALA for giving Advent Health the opportunity to partner with you in advancing lung health in Central Florida. Advent Health has chosen to partner with the ALA to support programs that have helped patients and caregivers deal with lung diseases and navigate their lung diseases, as well as support communities with refunds and sources to advocate their causes. Together, for example, we've implemented 6 Better Breather clubs throughout Central Florida to promote continuing education and resources for COPD patients. Over the last few months, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are realizing more than ever the societal importance of good lung health and how critical it is to protect the most vulnerable patients in our communities. Group efforts to maintain lung hygiene, provide early treatment for lung disease, exercising safe practices have been critical to controlling the COVID virus from spreading, but also to protect lives. We applaud the American Lung Association for their new initiatives to study and improve the current approach to pandemics, including the COVID-19 virus. We have also seen the importance of contributions of our healthcare workers to serving our communities. Advent Health has created new strategies to continue to care for the sickest of patients while protecting our staff, taking extra precautions to ensure safety, including regular screening checks for all employees and visitors, modifying waiting practices ahead of appointments, signage to direct and maintain social distancing, and heightening sanitation guidelines. All of this have been important for us to help to continue helping patients during a very difficult time. Advent Health is also involved with many research projects, hundreds of research projects that are meant to advocate for patients. We have programs in mesothelioma, lung cancer, COPD, pulmonary fibrosis, as well as other lung conditions. We also are advancing clinical practices, which includes advanced lung disease care through our lung transplant teams, as well as through our ECMO program. So we hope to continue to partner with ALA. Thank you so much, ALA, for being the beacon of hope, research, innovation within Central Florida.
We are so grateful for their partnership, and I don't know if you saw in the chat box, but Dale Turner came in and said that Dr. Kim is awesome. So she's such a great spokesperson for Advent Health and the Lung Association and their lung transplant team that we're very grateful to have them involved. Next up, we are going to turn it to one of our longtime climbers and a committee member and a great partner to the Lung Association, Mr. Ryan Lamus, who's going to share more about his connection to the organization and why he participates in the Fight for Air climb. Ryan, it's all up to you.
Hello, everybody, and hopefully I won't have any technical glitches on this Saturday morning. And it's exciting that it's climb day. So really, after Amy said, 10 months, it's been a long one, but it's certainly been worth it. And just kudos to Amy and team and Janelle for being able to step change, no pun intended, and be super agile for this event, so we could still all participate. It's very exciting. This is my 4th year actually as a committee member and climber, and I got involved. It was my first true philanthropic, initiative to do something, and I was really drawn to it because I realized, looking back at my family, I had several connections to lung disease, and growing up, my grandfather really served a dual role, if you will, a father and a grandfather, and grew up very close to him, spent most of my time with him, and he was my hero, ultimately. Lived a full life, wonderful. We lost him actually 2 years ago to lung cancer, and that was really hard, but I was already involved with the committee, and the reason I was because I also had already lost another grandfather to emphysema, another grandmother to lung cancer. My mom has COPD, so just unfortunately a rich lung history of disease in our family. And for me, the initiative really was about the fact that the Lung Association does so much, and they prove it and they show it, and it's just testimonial time after time to see what they're doing. So for me, it was preventative for my children. I have 2 boys, and I think all of us that are parents or can understand and relate that we would do anything and everything we can to avoid the possibility of them having to experience something like that. So I've really enjoyed this committee. This event is outstanding. I know we'll all be back in the stairs, soon enough. And, I think it's just, being able to really see the rewards of the benefits and where the money goes and the lives that are changed and the future lives that are protected. And the education that's put out there is just unparalleled. So now my dogs are wrestling in the background. So I'm going to turn it back over to Amy before it turns into too much of a distraction.
Not a problem. I think we all have animals and kids and family and noise wrestling around in the background. But thank you so much, Ryan. We really appreciate you sharing your story and your commitment to the Lung Association and the CLIMB. We're really grateful to have you involved. So next up, we are going to highlight some of our top teams and top fundraisers. So across the nation, the Fight for Air Climb is one of the American Lung Association's signature events. It's how we are able to further the mission. We have raised collectively just over $77,000 as of this morning. We are doing phenomenal work to further the mission of the Lung Association, and we want to highlight those who have gone above and beyond in their teams and in their personal fundraising to make that happen. So without further ado, our top 3 teams in ascending order. Our number 3 team is Orange County Sheriff's Office, who has raised $3,470. Woot woot! And then we have in second place Team Raymond James Winter Park, and they have raised $4,678.
Good job.
And then we have in first place, our top team for 2020 is Raymer and Copious' Ramblin Recruits, and they have raised an astonishing $6,722 this year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of our teams have done absolutely incredible. If you were to take a look at the teams to come after our top 3, it's all so close. They've done such a great job. We have 6 teams who have raised over $2,500. We have 2 teams that are less than $200 away from getting over that $2,500 threshold. We really have one of the best climb communities. I'm biased, but I believe it fully in my whole being. So to move it on to our top 3 participants, this is based on individual fundraising. The team is a combination of all of the participants coming toward a collective goal. This is one person doing the fundraising, and we have our top 3 participants. In third place, we have John Rendell, who has raised $1,730. Way to go, John.
Good job, John.
In second place, we have Heather Earl, who has raised $2,651. Awesome job, Heather. And then in first place, we have Mr. Eddie Fisher, who has raised $4,618 on his own. So way to go to our top 3 participants. Eddie. You guys have knocked it out of the park. Our participants this year have astonished me with their fundraising efforts, their creativity, their dedication and devotion to the Lung Association and our mission. We are just so grateful for everyone's hard work and wanted to acknowledge our top 3. So thank you to everyone. We really have rocked and rolled our fundraising this year, and we can't wait to see the impact in real time that it'll make for lung disease and especially COVID-19 right now. With that, I'm going to pass it to someone else who has a really strong connection to the Lung Association and the Fight for Air Climb. Rebecca, are you able to chat now?
Yes, I am. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Addison. I have some history of my family with lung cancer, and that's kind of why I started about 5 years ago or something, maybe longer than that. I did the Jacksonville climb, and I loved it, but I kind of let it fall off when I moved to Orlando. 2 years ago, my father was having problems breathing, and we didn't know what it was. And it was a really scary time for our family, and it was a really long diagnostic process. And finally, he was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis. And at that point in time, he had a ton of scarring on his lungs and was told he would need a lung transplant. We had a really long process to get on a transplant list, and including switching hospitals and systems. And he's ended up going to Barnes Jewish Hospital, in St. Louis, and ended up getting lung transplants. In the meanwhile, while he was waiting for that, I did the climb last year, and I got my friend Asaya to do it with me. And we fundraised, and I actually got to be an MVP, and I was really proud of myself. And then in the process of it, I decided this year I wanted to be more involved. And I got to be more involved. I'm on the committee, and I have a team, the Hendrian Heroes. Whoop, whoop. We didn't make it to the top level. We worked really hard. And amazingly, I love giving back. I love this organization. And surprise, I have my dad actually on the call. He is a dual lung transplant survivor, and he is going to talk for a few seconds now. Dad?
Thanks, Becky. There's really not a lot to say except that I really appreciate what everybody from the American Lung Association has done. She called her team Hendrian's Heroes, and you guys are all the heroes for sure. The lung transplant was a tedious, long process, but to be able to do it and to be able to be here, as you look at my background, it's very beautiful. I'm able to be here because of a lot of what you guys do, and because of Becky. She doesn't just commit to the Lung Association. She's committed to me. She's committed to the organization to help everything out. And once again, everybody from the organization and Hendrian Heroes, obviously, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done. And Becky, thank you so much for being so involved and committed to such a great cause. I can personally say that it's a great cause. Thank you.
So we just hope that what we're doing, and I know what I'm doing, is for my dad, and he is amazingly a survivor, and I'm so happy and so proud of him. And he actually has his 1-year follow-up diagnostic bronchoscopy on Monday, so he's gonna go back to St. Louis and get that and everything. He's been feeling great, and obviously you see him, he looks great. So that's my reason for being involved, and for all my team, I really appreciate them because I know they know my reason, and now everyone here does too. So thank you, American Lung Association. You guys are amazing. And my dad, you're awesome. I'll mute myself now.
I'm getting choked up over here, but thank you, Rebecca and Robert, for being on today's call and for your willingness to share your story and for just being involved. We're so grateful for both of you and for all of Hendrian's Heroes doing incredible work. Thank you. All right, so with that, we would like to pass it to another corporate partner of ours, Neuroskeletal Imaging, and Dr. Ramnath is on the line.
All right, thank you, Amy. For those of you who were on the call a couple days ago when I spoke, feel free to stick in your earbuds and tune me out. I won't be insulted. In fact, I'm used to it. When I walk in the room, that's exactly what my teenager kids do. So feel free. For those of you who don't know Neuroskeletal Imaging, we are an outpatient radiology practice in Central Florida. We scan everything from the head to the toes. But for me personally, I have been a big advocate of CT scans for lung cancer screening for a very long time. And many in the radiology community have been as well. And after numerous studies and the fight from the American College of Radiology, finally, Medicare, Medicaid recognized the importance of CT scans for screening for lung cancer. In 2015, it became part of the Affordable Care Act, and it is free to everyone who meets the criteria. So that was a huge victory, and it has saved thousands of lives since then. Ironically, that same year that this was approved, my own mom died of lung cancer. So this fight for me was professional, but quickly turned personal. And it was the following year I met Janelle at the American Lung Association, and it was like fate was talking to me and said, this is the mission I need to be part of. And so Janelle invited me to be part of the board, and I was excited to do so. And Soon after, the American Lung Association started Saved by the Scan, which is essentially their promotion of using CT scans to screen for lung cancer. So the partnership of the American Lung Association, Saved by the Scan, and neuroskeletal imaging has been fantastic. We've seen hundreds of patients since then in Orlando, hundreds in Brevard County, and we have saved lives, and it's tremendous. So I want to give the American Lung Association real kudos for helping that fight. And as we sit here today, the COVID-19 epidemic reminds me, and Janelle mentioned this at the top, of how the American Lung Association got its start. It started over 100 years ago fighting the tuberculosis epidemic. Now, initially, it was called the National Association for the Study and Prevention of Tuberculosis. Thank goodness they changed their name because now everyone can say it easily, American Lung Association. But it reminds us that the importance of this organization in saving our lung health from a variety of reasons, whether it's lung cancer, COPD, air pollution. It is a force to be reckoned with. It is helping people learn about diseases. It is funding research. And with the COVID-19 Action Initiative, it is going to help us get over this virus and find treatments and vaccines. And that I am confident in. So I really want to thank the Lung Association for allowing us to be part of this incredible mission. And I want to encourage everyone who is doing their fight for air to really do their last push this weekend. I know you can do it. Congrats to our top leaders, but those who are not in the top 3, this is your chance to take over and get to the top. Now you go ahead and do it. All right, I'll hand it back over to Amy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramnath. That was great. I appreciate it. We're so grateful for your support. You support the Lung Association in so many different ways, and we're very grateful to have you involved. All right, so the next item is our partnership with Pollo Tropical. Our contact, the catering manager for Florida, was not able to join us today, so I will speak on her behalf. That Pollo Tropical, I'm getting a message, I just want to make sure that it's not Bobby. Okay, that Pollo Tropical, they are incredible partners of ours as well. They do offer catering options with low budget friendly delicious meals. We've had them at some of our Lung Association events. They'll be with us in the future as well. So it's delicious, it's nice and easy. They deliver it straight to your door. They're even doing, I think their minimum is 10 right now. So if you have, your office is finally back in, or if you want to send lunch to anyone in your network's office, I recommend Pollo Tropical. And we will make sure we hear from her and post it on our Facebook page as well. So
I'll throw something in there with Pollo that y'all, I am a mac and cheese connoisseur, and their mac and cheese and their catering is on point. So just had to throw that in.
You can really judge a place by their mac and cheese, and Pollo's at the top. All right, and with that, I would love to pass the metaphorical mic over to Valerie Redmond, who has participated with us on Team Backpackers for several years now, and she will be gracing us with her talents by singing the national anthem this morning. So Valerie, take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free, and the home of the brave.
Wow. That was actually virtual, huh? That was incredible.
That
was
was-
wonderful.
That was beautiful,
Very
Valerie.
good. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you with us.
Pleasure. For
All
all
right.
the reasons we talked about.
Yes, Valerie has a strong connection to the Lung Association and the Climb as well. And she emailed me, I want to say the day or two after the 2019 Climb, and said, I would very much like to sing the national anthem next year. And I said, you got it. And then we moved to a virtual platform, and she said, I would still like to sing the national anthem. And I said, absolutely. So we are thrilled that we were able to make this work, share your voice, and we're looking forward to hearing you sing live next year.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Valerie.
everybody, congratulations on what they've accomplished, because with this, we can beat it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And with that, I am going to pass it over to Janelle with our last two items. She's going to close it out strong and get you guys all ready to go conquer the day.
All right, excellent. So, like I said earlier, we're not actually physically at 390 North Orange Avenue. We did find out the portalettes arrived this morning, which weren't supposed to be there, but yeah, so none of us are there, nobody to our knowledge. So we have been doing as much as we can virtually, and trust me when I say we would all rather be together, of course, but we're doing this safely and to the point of the mission of the Lung Association and protecting the people in our constituents who are the most vulnerable to the dangers of COVID-19. So you guys have been rocking it out on Strava in our Fight for Air Climb Club, and putting in a ton of miles, whether it be biking, walking, running, not crawling. So the beauty of this virtual event has been, you can do you. You can do whatever is within your physical abilities and makes you feel great. And in all of that, whether we're pushing ourselves to the extreme or just being able to get out and go for a walk, at the end, my dog just got excited because I said walk. At the end of the day, we're able to do these things and we're breathing. We're doing this for the people who struggle to do that very thing. You know, our organization has had a saying for many, many, many years, and it really has a renewed sense right now that when you can't breathe, nothing else matters. And every single step that we're taking, whether it's on stairs, whether it's putting one foot in front of the other to go for a walk, it's helping to save a life. So thank you. So the call to action today. So y'all have been putting in those miles. Let's do one more day of that. Whether it's getting out to go for a walk this morning before it gets too hot outside, go for a bike ride. You also saw earlier this week on Tuesday, we launched our CrossFit Winter Park workout. And I will just throw this disclaimer out that if that's beyond your physical capabilities, you should feel no pressure to do that. This is entirely optional for somebody like me who's like, how can I make this as hard as I possibly can? I'm all about it. But Amy, are we able to pull up the actual workout so I can chat about it real quick? Cool. I will briefly explain it. There is a video that has been posted on our Facebook pages as well as YouTube. I know it's been emailed out as well to you all. So if you have any trouble, let us know. But I'll quickly cover that workout once we have it.
It's on its way. Give me just a second longer.
Excellent. And just really quickly as she's doing that, I'm looking up our top folks in our Fight for Air Climb club as far as the leaderboard. So, where's that leaderboard? View the leaderboard. So in first place right now, and when you look at the leaderboard in Strava, it's based on your time that you have put in to these workouts. So in first place, dedicating 8 hours and 51 minutes. That's a lot of working out, to Mr. Chemo, who I believe is on the call. Way to go, Chemo. Awesome job. In second place is Mary Divine with 5 hours and 3 minutes. And then our next climb participant is Taylor Burke with 2 hours and 57 minutes. So you guys have been putting in a ton of awesome work. Dale is right behind that. Y'all keep up the amazing work. As you can see on the screen, this is the virtual workout that we've come up with that you can do at home. It requires minimal to no equipment. I'll briefly explain it. So there's a 512 meter run buy-in. This, on average, if you're a 10-minute mile runner, will probably take you about 3 or so minutes to do. So it may just be a matter of running out for about 3 minutes if you're not sure the measurement for it. It's all approximation. This is all honor system. At the end of the day, when we do these movements, just do them in honor of the people who are unable to. So when you get back from your run, you're going to start a clock for 25 minutes. You're going to start going through these different movements of 19 reps and try and do as many rounds of those in 25 minutes as you can. You may get through 1, you may get through 3. It's entirely up to you. But this is all very symbolic of what you would normally see on climb day with the numbers in particular. So we would normally climb 512 steps. We would go up 25 flights of stairs to the 25 minutes. Like we said this year, COVID-19 has shifted our lives in so many ways, and every single one of us are impacted, so that's why we chose the 19 movements. At the end of those 25 minutes, you're going to go out for another 512 meter run or jog. But again, we ask that when you do this workout, think of those 110,000 Americans who have lost their battle to COVID-19, as well as the nearly 37 million Americans who are living with chronic lung disease. That's why we do what we do. So when you go out today, make it about those people. You all just have been absolutely incredible throughout this campaign. We're so close to hitting our fundraising goals. So one last push, ask for those donations, because truly it's for those people that struggle to catch their breath or to breathe. And if there's not a more important mission out there, I don't know what is. So let's get out there, let's do it. Please post your, take pictures, take videos, feel free to pass those along to us, put them on social media. We're gonna be flooding the world today to let them know today is Climb Day. So let's do it.
Awesome. And that is it, guys. Go out and make it happen. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning, for all of your hard work. We're already looking up for 2021, so be on the lookout for that as well. But we have had an excellent 2020 Fight for Air Climb experience campaign, 10 months with you all. And we express this constantly, but your flexibility and your continued support through all of the uncertainty has not gone unnoticed, and it is so beyond appreciated by our team. And thank you.